Welcome to the bold analysis, ladies and gentlemen. Since Raila Odinga was buried in Bondo, Mama Ida Odinga has done the biggest job than nothing. And in her wildest dreams, I don't think she was prepared for this. Welcoming never-ending Raila's visitors posthumously. When your lens focuses on these two places, Opoda Farm, where's Raila Odinga's home, and Kango Kajaramogo, where Raila was buried, but then they're not close. Opoda Farm and Kango Kajaramogo are two different places. I've seen people watching those videos and people commenting, thinking it's in Karibu. No, it is actually you can drive for 30 minutes. Yes, if I'm not wrong. You can drive for 30 minutes kutoka Raila's home to Opoda Farm. While people who pretend to have been Raila's friends in the political arena are yapping with what Raila told me, and what they think to cut their interests. Mama Ida has cut a different approach and different niche. And I tend to believe that she is the person that mirrors Raila. Mwalimu mirrors Raila. And I'm going to explain that to you. Kindly subscribe to our channel. And as I told you, guys, we are finishing our project in Migori. And we are supposed to launch the house on Tuesday. For those who are hearing for the first time, we're building a house for Bildad, a single father of four who got involved in an accident and became crippled. So when he came back home, the wife left and got remarried somewhere. So the father was forced to work, do manual jobs in the community to provide for the children. So when I sent my team, we found out he was in a very bad house, and we undertaken upon ourselves to build for him a house. And this is how far iyo nyumba imeweza kufika. So we are hoping that we are building for him and the one for the child, so for the children. So iyo nyumba ndugu mpya imeshafika hapa. They're doing the finishing bits. We are hoping that the fundis can move faster so that by Tuesday they are ready. And the other one for the children is also underway, has started. So that's why we are saying the last bit that remains, we were looking for how we can, alisema nataka ka shop. We can set up a shop for him and also get around 50,000, around 70,000 to pay fees whole next year for some 2 children in that family. Watoto wake wawili. Hao wengine wawili ni wadogo. So 2 we wanted to sort. And so guys, as we finish up that project, you can still touch. You can still participate. And we believe that as we want to give it a closure on Tuesday, let's give it. This has taken time because we were actually building 2 houses. But we believe all is possible. I think
2016 mwezi wa 8, tangu nipate ajali siwezi fanya kazi yoyote. Niko chini, hapa ndiyo nyumba yangu, niko na watoto 4 hapa. Sasa naomba tu kama mnaweza munisaidie nipate nyumba mzuri. Juu hii nyumba yangu hata iko karibu kuanguka.
She never knew while marrying Raila Odinga that she was marrying a future enigma. And early life was riddled with detention and forced disappearances, even from the country. She even at one point lost her job, sacked as a teacher because of political activism in the family. And his visitors would be more, he never knew that he married an enigma, and his visitors will be more in death than even in life. I saw someone saying, even death is wondering, what is this person? Who is this person we took? We took a different breed of a human being. The gesture by Mama Ida of opening her arms for all irrespective of class, gender, age or any sort of opening our arms for all has attracted admiration. And really, one morning, Mama Ida is receiving dignitaries from Europe. Another morning, she's receiving political friends of the late husband. Another afternoon, it is business people. Another time, it is journalists. And at some point, it is actually the commoners who enjoyed last moments, who enjoyed their life with Odinga. I saw her. She looks tired and very weary. But she keeps going for Raila Odinga. It is indeed not easy. This is a Maasai delegation.
ODM ni mtu ambaye tunasema watoto wako, kizazi yako watakuwa kila wakati. Naomba unapolala, lala salama. Lala salama na lala salama. Lala salama. Ragale sidai. Ragale sidai. Ragale sidai. Tulidashe. Ragale sidai. Asho. Lala salama. Apegare de destino. Aduma ya ragale seriani. Kaya mjini yoko mare gini. Kwenye la Maasai. Tukiwa jamii la Maasai. Tumesema Raila kuna siku tutawacha Wajaluo. Tutakuwa na Wajaluo mpaka mwisho. Maana hapo mbele tulitoka pamoja. Tukaenda kwenye mto. Tukaenda sisi katika mbogani. Na ukakuja ukatuunganisha tena. Raila tutakuwa na uamuzi leo wote utakayokuwa tutakuwa pamoja na wewe. Asante sana.
Mama. Thank you.
At Raila Odinga's gravesite, one I really saw, very interesting one there. And there was this group, they're calling themselves Gottsefen Youth Orchestra from Germany. They paid a moving tribute to late Right Honorable Raila Odinga with a solemn visit to Kango Kajaramogi before proceeding to Odour farm in Bondo to honor Mama Ida Odinga. The visit has been described as one of the most touching gestures since the passing of Baba, symbolizing the enduring bond of friendship and respect between the people of Germany and Kenya, and really how he had international footprints. That Raila's gravesite, almost everyone has gone there. There's a delegation from Africa daily. Odinga's gravesite, I think until even Junior got tired and left. We understand tomorrow they're going to be there. I listen to, do you know they had a night vigil? Some people are saying discourse. They had a night vigil in Odour farm at Raila Mama Ida's, just to connect with her throughout the night. What a nice gesture. And one that has really attracted people's attention is Nuru Okanga. Nuru Okanga arrived, if you look at this video, Nuru Okanga arrived in Bondo akiwa amebeba kuku. That is what you could get. And I saw that's a good gesture. People go to Bondo with cows. Other people take big things. But the act of kindness from Nuru Okanga it really, kwa wale watu wameenda, I felt like, yes, this is it. Oh, by the way, I'm also making my way. I'm also going next week. Tukitoka tu Migori, we launch nyumba ya Buildat, tutaenda na kama uko Siaya, uko sehemu unataka tuende, pia tunaweza panga steamboat tuende. Yeah, we can also go there and give it a closure. It is very memorable. And after this, you know, Mama Ida received Nuru Okanga, and in this picture here, you can see her organizing the team. Nuru alienda na wale watu, si hata watu wa bunge, alienda na familia yake na watu wa village tu wao tu. And this is Mama Ida preparing na aka make sure amepiga picha now. What a good gesture. What a woman. That is what the real meaning of being paying. It doesn't matter. It didn't matter who is Nuru Okanga. Because also people, oh yes, who's Nuru Okanga? And she took, you know, people like Nuru, and by the way, people don't know. Let me play for you this video. Do you know Nuru used to talk to Raila one-on-one?
Raila ananipenda hata nikimpigia sasa Ruto. Wewe uko na namba ya Raila?
Hapana sasa.
Na mimi so hiyo ya Kenya. Yes. Unapigia Raila sasa hivi.
Kenya na Tanzania?
Hiyo ya Kenya na Raila sasa hivi. Ampigie. Ngoja uone venye nimesema.
Alafu muambie wewe ni wa DCP. Muambie wewe ni wa DCP.
Wewe ni President Raila.
President
Raila.
Aya, piga na umuulize mambo ya DCP.
Nitamuuliza wewe mimi naendelea aje.
Atashia
baba Raila Amolo Odinga. Singo inaingia.
Inaingia. Wacha achukue lao mwambie uko DCP.
Baba. Habari baba. Niko poa baba. Uko ngambo? Mimi nimetaka kusalimia nijue kama uko buheri wa afya. Uko sawa? Nikisikia kama uko sawa, mimi naridhika na sina option.
Mwambie uko na dayadi wake nywele sauce.
Sina mambo mingi baba. Miaka 120 na ukitoka ng'ambo nataka picha na wewe tafadhali. Picha tu.
Sawa utapata hiyo.
Picha peke yake ndio nataka, sitaki mambo mingi, picha tu.
Listened to an interview recently. I think it was done by Odour, the executive director of ODM. And he explained how Raila took him for a tour in his school in Germany, saying how Raila prepared, like Raila was prepared for his death.
But I knew and had told people that from a year or slightly more than a year earlier, I told people this man seems to know his time is up. I knew Raila knew his time was up from the way we were talking, from the instructions. I traveled with him to Germany in February of 2024. He took me to his schools. I always carry a notebook. See this man, I always carry this notebook. But on that entire tour of Germany, he insisted, he would ask, we were leaving the hotel, have you carried your notebook? Just to make sure you get the facts right as they were being from his high school to the college where the university where he went. He would insist you take notes. So I could see this guy want to tie the loose ends. There are spaces where people were not very clear, like about his high school education, why he went to Germany. Was this von Guerek University, Otto von Guerek University? Was it a university or a college or what was it? We wanted, I could tell that he was tying these loose ends. And I can tell that we went to his university, the mechanical engineering department, and the professor there could confirm that he graduated with a degree. The professor there, I have those photos here, and I've retained touch with the professor at the Otto von Guerek University, who say there was a board here. There used to be a board here of top scorers at this university. There was a name here called Raila Odinga. I didn't know who that was. I'm glad to meet Raila Odinga. That board, as a matter of policy decision, has since been removed, but for as long as it was here in the Department of Engineering, Raila's name was there as one of the top performers. I have that on record.
I strongly believe that contrary to probably the public opinion, if you look at the way Odinga family were reserved and they were very collected and very calm, indirectly at some point, he had prepared them. He had prepared them. Yes, he had prepared them. Not that going for all that time. He had really prepared them. When you listen to scavengers, there is another gentleman, I don't know who, he came to Raila recently, around Raila recently. Of course, he's someone from, they're saying adopted child from Odinga family. He's been moving around saying the way Baba alituambia tukae kwa Ruto, Baba alikuwa anakuja, akirudi anakuja kuendorse Ruto. I'm listening to this story and I think it's very bogus. It looks fake.
Baba alinieleza mimi personally ya kwamba anataka watu wake wa ODM kwa ujumla wakuwe kwenye hii serikali, na ya kwamba alikuwa anaenda kuendorse Rais William Samoei Ruto. Siku hiyo tukija kutoka Dubai, tulivyoingia akaenda Agile, aliwaeleza wale ya kwamba anataka watu kwanza waachane sori ya 27 ili aweze kufanya party kuwe na nguvu. Na lakini mimi ninachowaeleza, alichokuwa akiwa kwa roho yake ni ya kwamba ODM imuendorse President William Samoei Ruto ikiwa iko very strong, so that aweze kushinda na points nyingi sana. So it was very clear what Baba's heart, where Baba's heart was. I was with him most of the final moments of his life, and it was very clear, and there was no black or white in it. It was there was no any other color other than black and white, as clear as the day and night, that he endorsed William Samoei Ruto for president of 2027. It is my duty and obligation to make sure that Baba's will is fulfilled in terms of politics, and where his mind was and his heart was. I have a duty to say that as a Muslim, Baba was fully with the president.
The thing doesn't even look genuine, by the way. And this battalion of Raila told me should be stopped. They're just too much. They are boring. And, you know, those things they lack. I agree with what Stefano is saying. Everyone saying Raila told me this, Raila told me that. Everyone saying that is a con man. People who are just taking advantage because there is no right of reply. Baba is resting. So everyone say, Baba aliniambia, Baba alinipigia, Baba sijali. Kwani Baba alikuwa anapigia kila mtu? Like, yes, he was with Raila in Bondo, in India, but the way he says that thing just looks like someone who's been sent to say it. I'm glad media is not giving him an attention, by the way. No one is listening to that crap thing he's saying. Listen to Gaucho.
Bado uko broad based?
Broad based ni Baba alituacha. So sijui kama tumetoka lini. 15 days baada ya Baba kufa. Sidhani. Tuko broad based.
Oh.
Iko broad based na iko total. So kwa sahi Baba alituacha kwa broad based.
Broad based two term.
Broad based two term nafikiri kama wale wamesimamia kina party Gladys Wanga, Abdul Somad, Simbarati watakuja kunegotiate uko mbele, but kwa sahi mali Baba alituacha ya kwamba tusaidie Ruto kufanya hii kazi yake mpaka uko mbele tutanegotiate. That's why ODM bado wana move kumobilize, then waongelee kama watanegotiate.
Okay.
Yeah.
So wewe understanding yako ni Baba aliwacha kwa broad?
Si understand yangu, hata yeye mwenyewe aliniambia, Baba aliniambia hiyo kitu saidia mara 3. Nisiongee kwanza mambo ya tutam.
Baba alikwambia usiongee tutam?
Bwana. Baba alisema ya kwamba tumobilize watu wetu, youths. Mimi alikuwa ananiambia mobilize youths, ukiongea na wanabunge uongee na hao, wako na right bado ya kupinga, ku-oppose government.
Okay.
Baba alikuwa anataka eti kila mtu aseme tu kila kitu yes. Ambia wanabunge wale wanapinga government wako tu sawa. Unaona? Lakini ambia watu ya kwamba tunaongea mambo ya broad based government, tukifika 2027 then tutadecide kama tunafanya kazi pamoja. Kama iko watu waliongea nao kisiri akamwambia ni tutam, lakini hiyo ni kitu aliniambia zaidi ya mara 3. Serena akaniambia Jof, ya mwisho tukikutana Jof, na tena tukitoka naye kwa nyumba, tukikuwa naye gari wawili, Ogeta driver na mimi nyewe nyuma.
Kwambia tuko broad based.
Tuko broad based. Ongea na watu wetu, tuna support broad based government, but mambo ya two term bado.
Okay.
Yeah.
Baba alikuwa amekupromise anything?
Yeah. Sema mama akimaliza hii story yote, yeye pia lazima kuwe hapa mbele. Mama Aida lazima. Mimi upande yangu, mimi sijui, lakini mimi upande yangu mama anatakana hapa mbele.
For real?
Yeah. Unajua mama kuna order than Oburu. Iko vile mama watu wanam heshima, plus ile. Okay. Wewe ushaenda na mama, sijui kama ushaenda na mama function mahali kama yuko. Yeah. So mama akona sauti fulani order, alafu iko vile hao wabunge wote wamemfanya nini? Na wacha nikuambie, mtu yeyote ambayo anaweza fikiria kwa mind yake ya kwamba mama hatakuwa na say kwa hiyo election inakam, especially in Western Nyanza na Coast, unajidanganya. Hata in Nairobi unajidanganya. Mama kuna ile
mama is a force to reckon with. Space. Mama is a force to reckon with.
Yeah. Ni vile sasa baada kuna matanga, hakuna nini, but mama lazima kuja hapa mbele. Kwa sababu hao wabunge akita hao gavana kina wanga watakao wamenyenyekea. Si vile wanaweza dismiss Oburu. Juu wanaona huyu ni senator. Huyu alikuwa senator. Ameletwa hapa. Unaona? Okay. Mama kuna ile. So mimi si kwa mtu mwingine. Mimi mama akishamaliza matanga, yeye amekaa miaka 9 akingoja bwana yake nje, akasafa na baba mpaka mali baba amefika. Anajua kila players hapo, mama anajua. Hii mambo ya kusemanga yeye si politician, lazima arudi apange hii nyumba.
Okay.
Asaidiane na Oburu.
Do you see Winnie joining politics now actively?
I really agree with Gaucho. But on this one, he was making some sense. And I'm going to explain in the next couple of minutes, I'm going to explain to you why I support the argument that Ida Odinga anafaa kuja hapa mbele. I don't know. But then what do you guys think? Mimi, I'm not saying that they're not competent politicians. There's been an argument that, there's been a question that has been asked several times that ODM had 3 deputy party leaders and party chairperson. Why did they settle on Oburu Odinga? And I agree that Oburu Odinga is Raila's elder brother. And with the party, and Oburu is fairly not a bad person. I've listened to, I think how in his latest speech, he is calm. And doesn't look like someone who's going to swing along with the tide. Doesn't look like that person. However, the pressure is too much. And the manipulation tool, he might not overcome the manipulation tools that have been erected around him. Those around him are not. And I believe for once, all these characters that are masquerading to be Raila Odinga's friends, I've listened to, look at how they are behaving. They're not mourning anything. They're not, look at how they're behaving. Immediately Raila is dead, they're panicking. I remember Pio and I going to Opoda farm, Raila's compound, even before Raila body arrived, even before Raila is buried. And he started saying, I'm like, come on, guys, we just want to bury. Come on, guys, the world is not coming to an end. Look at how Mbadi was shouting in Bondo at the funeral, as if he wants to inherit the wealth of, Look at how leaders are talking. And if you want to know those who are honest about Raila, listen to people who are mourning Raila, lakini hawatoki Nyanza. Hawatoki Nyanza. Hawa utasikia mtu atasema ukweli, Raila ni mtu wa mahali. Don't you ask yourself, why do you think Joho is quiet? Why do you think Joho is quiet? Joho has gone quiet. Since aongea Bonda hajaiongea. Hata hizi events za Mombasa zote zimefanyika, hata hizi campaigns hajaienda kukampeni ODM. Now I want to tell you why the idea voice in post-Raila politics is necessary. There is a plan to crash ODM, and it has one political outcome. ODM is being destroyed by the people that ordinarily are supposed to build it. I'm not afraid of saying that. She is the person who can call the house into order. I agree with what Nani is saying. I agree with what Gaucho is saying. The people that are supposed to destroy, that are supposed to build that party, are destroying it either blindly. What they are doing, they're thinking that is building the party, but actually they're destroying it. If it is not for Odinga family, let me tell you, if it is not for Odinga family, Sifuna would not have been the Secretary General of the party. Angekuwa ashatuma gunsu akamtoa kwa ofisi, hata ainzi kanyaga Orange House. If it is not for Odinga family. The other factor here is, there is a toxic ethnic card post-Raila that she is the only person who can detonate. It's very toxic. Very toxic. I can tell you that there are people who think the more we insult Rigathi or the more we insult Uhuru, the more the masses will think that we are defending their interest. I'll always say in this podcast, if someone is sitting somewhere thinking that the problem, this country's problem is Rigathi Gachagua, then that person is short-sighted and shallow-minded. Rigathi is not even 3% of Kenyan problem. Kenyan problem is not even William Ruto. Kenyan problem is the software, the policies, the governance, the state machinery. That is the Kenyan problem. No one even have a problem with the Ruto. If our lecturers can strike for 3 months, mpaka saizi shule imefungwa, now ndio today, they're supposed to start exams in the next couple of weeks, in the next 3 weeks, na ndio saizi sasa wana strike the deal. The problem is not William Ruto. The problem is the fact that the government does not sort the issue of education. If we can be paying SHA and saying on top of the car that everyone can walk to the hospital and get treated, and if someone asks you for money and you report to that police station, while we know much clear that even if you have SHA and you go to level 4 hospital, that SHA will not help outpatient. What are we saying? What are we saying? We are saying that we are covering chronic illness. While if you have burns and you go to the burns and there is another department, you have to pay more money. What are we saying? And you need to ask, is SHA paying? We are launching big hospitals. Is SHA paying drugs? Currently, as I talk, I have someone very close to me, let me not reveal that, who is really in hospital. And we are praying, my prayer warrior and my prayer team, we are praying that everything gets through. I buy everything. Everything. And it's a government facility. The other reason why I want Ida in the front line is this. Parasite politicians that want to build a god in Oburu Odinga are simply seeking status quo. This is what they want. There are a clique of politicians who does not believe, and indeed they don't have the capacity to go to talk to people and tell the masses that vote for me because I've done 1, 2, 3. They are 110% that without someone lifting in their hand and shielding themselves in some political crown, their political careers are dead. That team, these people coalescing around Oburu, will destroy that party. Why? They will demand direct tickets. They will demand direct tickets. And you know, we are all members of ODM. We've been in this country long enough with the ODM party. Kama kuna kitu moja na affecting hiyo chama, ni hiyo mambo ya ticket. Unapatianga direct ticket, people watu wanapigana, but because Raila is in the ballot, everyone will toe the line and say, we vote 6 piece, we vote ODM candidates. And it's only Raila who will get away with it. To dismantle that cartel, that want to coalesce around Oburu. And that is why you've heard them they've started saying, when Oburu says left, that language of when so says left, then really, why do we need to elect you? Why do you need to be elected if after election you are saying, if Oburu says left, Oburu says right, then why are you being elected? Why are you being elected? See, we should just elect Oburu to represent us then. Because you don't have your own mind. The other reason why Ida needs to be there is, I've listened to the way people speak casually. The only person who can inherit Raila network beyond ODM party and make meaningful impact is Mama Ida. Wale watu walikuwa kwa ODM, wale walikuwa karibu na Raila, they don't think beyond ODM. They don't think beyond ODM. I've been asking a simple question. Sahi, Ruto aseme, I want you guys to give me running mate. But this running mate, I want him or her to fund campaigns in Nyanza and Western. Do you have one person who can do that? Can they? Na hii sasa yenye mshakuwa toxicated na pesa. And that is why I strongly believe, and this is my argument, that there is a cabal, the tribal cabal here. People who think so and so should not do this, so and so should not do that. The only person that can handle that group is Mama Ida. Thank you.